most suitable, go ahead and use that. Okay? So even in the software packages, I'm not taking any side. I know every type of tool that you guys need in this university. And I haven't learned them since I got hired here. I already knew them, all of them. Because I knew that actually these ones on their own actually have their own application. So which one is the best tool to be used in, for example, predictive analytics? It is Microsoft Excel or data analytics in general. It is Microsoft Excel, it is Python, it is R. Which one? All of them. If someone you see that is very inclined toward Python, possibly they are computer scientists that would like to solve every single problem by Python. If they are very interested in, for example, R, I can sort of guarantee that actually he or she is a mathematician or a statistician. Okay? And both of them have something in common. Both of them denounce Microsoft Excel. Okay? Do not underestimate that. Still, in this job market, I guarantee actually for you, I guarantee that. If you take any statistics actually later about your next immediate career, the most frequently required tool for you for your next career is still Microsoft Excel. Okay, I still can guarantee it. Okay, the job market is being changed because of AI. Okay, but disregarding that one because I don't have that much data in order to take that into account. Among Python, R, and Excel, which one is the most applicable? Excel. You underestimate that? Okay, I don't know, up to you. But okay, anyways, it is part of the job. Okay? So just on Monday, I had operations analytics class, and in the first session, as you will see next time, possibly actually we have this class together, I don't know. So, yeah, there was an Excel solver application. There is a package actually need to be mounted on Excel. It's very helpful actually, very helpful for optimization and prescriptive analysis. You will use that next time. So, and in that Excel solver, I used one specific function. And I said that actually, so it is very surprising. But this function is not available in Python. Okay? So it is available in, for example, Excel. It is available in R, but not in Python. If you would like to do this in Python, you need to just, for example, do some loop, coding first in order to do the job. Yeah? None of them is perfect. Okay? If you would like to focus on statistics, possibly still R is a very good tool. If you would like to focus on machine learning, possibly Python is the best tool to be used. If Excel can do the job, I'm not going to use any of them. When I can use that kitchen knife actually to peel the orange, I'm not going to use surgery knife for it. Okay? I remember actually among the courses that I learned in a mechanical engineering program, one of them was something actually a little bit actually away from my major, but I just got that because I was interested. It was manufacturing processes, which is pretty much close to industrial engineering. So there was a question, sort of critical thinking. There were a number of tools, and the professor asked us to choose the most appropriate process to manufacture them. Okay? So when he just announced the grades and stuff, one of my friends just got failed. And when he just asked for appeal and something, so the professor had a meeting with him, and he said, okay, so anyone who doesn't know, in order to manufacture a plier, it's a very simple tool in the toolbox. So they recommend powder metallurgy. Okay, powder metallurgy is something that possibly is used for example, surgery knife, very high precision thing. when someone doesn't know actually this is not the best tool, actually this guy is supposed to take the course again. Okay, that's why actually he just failed it, because of that just single question. And actually, so he said, for example, for the plier, I'm going to use powder metallurgy. Okay, now I'm saying, if you are going to, for example, add or subtract some data together, if you use Python, to me actually you are the same thing. Yeah, with no doubt. Okay, possibly you don't hear that from my other colleagues. Okay, so we have different viewpoints actually. Okay, it seems that this class is so boring, right? Okay, so it is actually regarding that statistical thinking and also the machine learning. I'm going to give you, so any questions or any feedback? Nothing? Good.
Are we going to learn any tool in this course?
A new tool?
Yeah.
A new tool, no, actually. We use Python and some Excel. We use Excel because in the course outline it is set Excel in the learning objectives. So I'm not actually, because of the activities are not so actually suitable for Excel, but because of just following the course learning outcomes, I use one activity, half an activity later on Excel. This actually this session activity is very exceptional as well. It's mostly a managerial one, as you will see. Okay, but no new tool. No new tool. Go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned some analysts or scientists prefer using Python R over Excel, and you said you don't see much reason as they could work effectively or interchangeably. I mean, if I'm getting you right.
Again, please. I didn't get you this time.
So you said some scientists or engineers like to use R or Python over Excel, and you believe they are directly interchangeable. Right?
Between Excel and Python, between Excel and R, yes, of course, yes.
So I believe there are reasons why these scientists prefer these tools over Excel.
It seems that you have a site then. Okay, yes, go ahead.
And I would like you to share that.
Yeah, okay.
And also, you said there's a function you used on Excel
yes.
that doesn't exist in Python.
Yeah.
And I would also like to know what that function
Some
is.
product.
Some product.
So,
Okay.
And the first one, I didn't get actually. You said actually, so it is interchangeable and.
You said it's like directly interchangeable, right? But then people favor
okay,
R and Python.
okay.
So I want you to tell us why
it is the case. Okay, I'm not in the
people
position
lean towards those coding tools over Excel.
because of the prior studies that they have. Okay, so no surprise that the computer scientists would like to use Python because most of the prior experiences were based on Python or Java or stuff like this.
But would I be wrong to say a big reason is the data size? Because
No, because almost every application, at least in this class, everything that we are going to use can be used by either one of these tools, R or Python. We use Python, but it can be possible to be used by R as well.
no,
I myself had a course developed, almost all of the courses developed in St. Clair College, and in all of them actually I contributed. So one of them was marketing analytics. In marketing analytics I used R. Why? Because my source was University of Washington. Okay? University of Washington used to use R, that's why I used R. I know that actually in this university R is used as well. So why? Because Dr. Paddy is developing that. Okay, and she mostly actually likes R over Python. Okay, for this one actually there is no difference between the college and this university. So, but for example in financial analytics, although we don't have any specific course called financial analytics in this university, so I developed a course which was heavily R. So, believe me actually, when for the first time I was developing the course, it took so much time for me in order to just to read the codes actually. And it was based on Cambridge University, this one. Actually, I just almost, I had that authority in order to use Cambridge University content on St. Clair College. So, on financial analytics. I'm pretty sure any of my colleagues in this university if they were there, they would criticize me that to say actually, so why not Python? Okay?
Yep, okay.
Yeah, that's it. So in this course, every single activity can be done by either one.
Okay, but I'm talking about data science when it comes to Excel, right? As a reason that I believe many people would ignore Excel.
Oh,
And even if you're using like a data connector, it takes a long time to load data, 20 million and above. And clearly you can use DataFrame and other DataFrame or pandas and other things.
okay, now I see what you mean.
From Python and R to
Why not
That's
Excel?
in
Why
real
not
life.
those ones rather than Excel? Yes.
yeah. So I mean,
Firstly, I said that we have a toolbox. Inside this toolbox, there are tools, and you need to use the suitable one. Of course, actually, for big data, of course, Excel doesn't work. Excel has 1,048,000 and something rows, and 1,050,000 doesn't work. Of course, Why? Everyone knows that. But now on this aspect, job requirement says Microsoft Excel. You want to criticize those guys? If I'm not right, you guys tell me. The job description says I need Microsoft Excel. You say actually I am the master of Python. You go ahead. Yeah. So my own brother actually, unfortunately, so he has a situation. He lives in California, so he used to work with a very sophisticated CAD/CAM software. So because I am a mechanical engineer, I know actually. So he's very humble actually in this case, but I know actually what he was working on in a very sophisticated CAD/CAM software. So he recently got laid off. Actually, so the company that he used to work for, they were the suppliers for example, Qualcomm. Okay, almost every one of you actually have their own products in your cell phones. Okay, so possibly actually some of these, mine, yours, possibly the chips that actually so the CPUs and stuff actually are there. Possibly it is my brother's work. I don't know. Okay, possibly 1%, 0.1%, something like that. Okay, he got laid off recently, and he hasn't got any job yet. And when I just asked him just a couple of days ago, what is the process? He said, I am overqualified. I said, actually, why are you overqualified? He said, actually, because the software that I used to use is not the software that these guys use it. Now, just change the context to data science. You guys are master of Python. Okay, but that job description doesn't need Python. It is supposed to be even clearer than this? Okay? So I know some universities, okay, I'm not going to disclose. There are universities right now, very big competitor with us. So I don't approve their job actually. They have their own favoritism as well in another way. So they are declining Python in their curriculum. Of course they are wrong. Okay, but they are doing that. There are some actually mindsets like that. They say actually anything that we need, it is on Excel. Okay, of course they are wrong. So you yourself actually said actually if it is big data, of course it doesn't work. Okay, if it is a very long data set, a very wide data set, if you are going to use very complicated algorithms, of course actually they don't work. But why none of them is required? Why you work on a data set with 2,000 rows and 5 columns, and you are doing, for example, some, as you will see possibly later, if the course will be the same, if the course will be changed actually, so it will be different. In case study 3, in the very last session, I asked the students to apply some fundamental analysis, fundamental financial analysis, and I asked them to use Excel to do that. Okay? So, because everything is this one divided by that, this one times that, this one over this one times, for example, the tax rate. None of them needs any of these sophisticated tools. Okay? Okay? Was it clear, my friends?
It's much easier in Excel.
Sorry?
Sometimes it's much
Yeah,
easier.
of course, definitely. Yeah. So that's why don't underestimate that. Okay, don't underestimate that. So this term you have Power BI, and next term you have Tableau. Which one to be learned? Both of them. Possibly, very possibly, you don't need any of them later. Okay? But why if you need that? I have a friend actually from your own community. Okay, so she told me actually about the job and stuff. So her main task is just working on Power BI. Okay, so it worked for her. Okay, but it, for example, didn't work. For example, for my wife. Okay, so she works on some specific tools. Okay, like Python and ERP tool SAP. I don't know if you guys are SAP and stuff like that, and even Microsoft. Okay, yeah. Earlier in her previous job that she just got laid off, she used to work on R. Okay, so it's not my choice to dictate what is good for the business. Actually, so those guys are signing your paychecks. Am I right? Yeah, it is the reality. Okay. So I'm going to give you some managerial activity. It is the first session and we don't work on any algorithm or something, but next week we will have a big session regarding data preprocessing. I'm going to just go ahead. So in this course, and also next term in case study 3, every session you will have access to some documents like that. Okay? Objective of this activity is that what time is it? So, yeah, good, actually, 1 hour. So, by the end of this activity, students will be able to map a predictive analytics project through its life cycle, contrast statistical and machine learning mindsets, and the rest. So, a mid-sized, it is a case-based, a mid-sized e-commerce company wants to predict which new customers are likely to make a second purchase within 30 days. They have historical data. Okay, this is the assumption. These are what they already have that. Okay, so firstly, it is a group application, and yes, on an interactive tool such as Microsoft Office Smart Art Graphics that you have access to that through every application of Microsoft, or Microsoft Whiteboard, or Microsoft Visio. As far as I know, the access that you guys have to Microsoft Office surprisingly include Microsoft Visio as well. It is very good actually. Or any other tool, okay? Go ahead and prepare that mindset. Draw the 6-step data science life cycle. My favorite data science life cycle. That is still the most popular data. There are a lot of them, but it is still the most, although it is old, but it is still the most applicable and most adopted, okay, life cycle. It is called the CRISP-DM. That's based on that. So if later you will have a capstone project with me as well, but the default methodology is still this one. Okay, so that CRISP-DM start with business understanding, then data collection, then data preparation, then modeling, then evaluation, and then deployment. Yeah. And also, go ahead and choose one mindset and prepare the same thing. Go ahead, my friends. If anything that I can do in order to help you, go ahead and ask me. Okay, guys? Clear? Yes? Yes or no? No? Okay, right. Okay, I'm going to take attendance and get more familiar with my new friends.
对，开始点名了，开始点名了。
Okay, Adrian. So, if you don't mind me asking, actually, so anyone who I recall, actually, please let me know where they are from and also what is their educational background of them. Okay, we start with Adrian. Adrian or Adrian, which one? Or whatever that which one actually you prefer?
I prefer Adrian.
Adrian. Okay, Adrian. What about you?
Yeah, I'm from Ecuador and I study my bachelor's in Hammer. I have background not related with programming or things like that. I'm focused in electricity. I know how code and things like that, but I prefer physical. But I like the programming. I like
You
code.
like field jobs mostly?
Yeah,
yes?
exactly.
Good. You don't like actually so just to sit
No,
behind the computer with, for example, a number of screens and yeah. Okay.
No, I prefer to have a conversation.
You have an engineering mindset, I can say.
Yes.
You have an engineering mindset. So, although actually, so here it is mostly actually working with computers and stuff, but no one can find me in one single spot. Actually, I'm almost everywhere. It's because of the mindset.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, mechatronic engineer and something for the information of all of you, there is no single, as far as I believe. I'm not very actually stubborn about what I think, but as far as I believe, there is no single area of expertise that is not related to data analytics. Data analytics is something that can be related to everything. Yes. So even in our department, we have someone very engineer like me. We have someone very humanitarian as like someone else. I'm not confused. Okay. So and also of course there are a lot of computer engineers that actually are AI scientists in the middle. Okay, thank you, Adrian. Andre, and I know you are from Brazil, but what is your educational background?
My background is in finance, accounting, business, and audit.
Audit. Fine. Audit of what actually? So the
I've worked with
money laundering or stuff? Yeah? Yes. No, actually it is very important actually. So for your information, I got a certificate. So because someone wanted to be my network. So for some reason actually we met each other. So he wanted to be my network and he said, okay, go ahead and get a course called AML. I didn't know what it is, but that AML stands for anti-money laundering. So I got that certificate, of course, but okay, so I never got a job, but it was possible actually. Yes, it is very helpful area. So for the information of all of you, again, I'm not so stubborn about what I feel, but I believe the best area of interest to get a job in Canada is, what do you think?
Okay.
Finance. With no doubt. I know Canada is among G7, it is among the industrialized countries. I know actually they are very claiming about AI and computer technology and stuff. I know actually they have a very large aerospace industry, but to me still finance is something far better than all of them. So just check Forbes magazine and see the ranking of Canadian employers. Always on top is someone like RBC or TD or stuff like that. Okay, finance is always it is called North American Switzerland. Yes, it's the Switzerland of the North America. So that's why if you have background in finance, stick to that. Stick to it. Andrea, yes. Okay. Go ahead, my friend.
Yes, I'm from Mexico, and my background is in business administration and management, so I've worked in project management for the last 5 years.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, Angela?
Me.
Yes.
I'm a civil engineer and I have background in wastewater treatments.
What, wastewater?
Wastewater treatment, yes. and some of the technical projects as well.
Okay, so you work here in this area as well?
No.
Okay, so you need to meet my wife then, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, actually, so yeah, she's a wastewater manager at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah, almost any manhole, you know what manhole is, of course. Almost any manhole that you see in the entire greater Toronto area, and even around here in St. Catherine and stuff, it is either managed by her or by one of her colleagues. Almost every single one. Okay. So when I see her dashboard, actually I get frightened. Actually, so wow, actually, so very large, mesh of different manholes, and every time, especially actually when the weather is rainy or snowy and stuff, they have a lot of drama actually there. So for your information, although actually that program, as far as I know, is no longer existing, so she got a postgraduate diploma in wastewater management from Fleming College. Fleming College is actually far from here, actually very far from here. From here it is very far actually. So it is in Lindsay or in Peterborough. So yeah, it is helpful actually. So if you would like to work on such area like that, I believe actually you can find a job. Yeah. But the civil engineering actually, to be honest, so wastewater management is better. Yeah. So Arafat. Okay. Am I right about the pronunciation of your name? Okay. So go ahead. I know you are from Nigeria. Okay.
I have a background in computer science and I work at IT support. So
You what?
IT support.
IT support. Very good, very good. So for computer scientists, always actually data analytics is one of the very strong areas to get a job. Definitely. Thank you. Okay, Bharat. Definitely India. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. So the name actually is India. Am I right?
Yes.
Is the new name, official name of India. Am I right?
Yes.
Bharat. Okay. Let's go ahead, Bharat.
Yeah, I'm from electrical engineering, but I have a background in film editing.
In what?
Film editing.
Film editing?
Yes.
Oh, film editing. Okay.
Yeah. And also I worked in government organization.
Government organization.
Revenue department.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. So, and in either one actually, so data analytics is something, so, okay. Birunda Merti. Okay, so, go ahead.
I'm Brinda from India. So my background is electronics and communication engineering, and I have prior experience working in mainframe